It's just before 9 o'clock and someone just dropped this off at the door. It's not cereal, it's a Swift. So it's been grounded and I'm going to get it out. Have to be very careful with Swifts so you don't damage the wings. So here she is. So I've popped the Swift in some kitchen roll, and that is to make sure that I don't damage its flight feathers. Damage its flight feathers, that's basically it for it. It'll never fly again, probably. So it would have to be put to sleep. So I've got to keep the flight feathers in prime condition. So I've covered it up, and I'm not going to try and feed it just now. If it's with me for any length of time, I'll try and get some wax worms down it. But in the meantime, I've got to rehydrate it, because rehydration is a big killer among Swifts. If they're not kept hydrated, they won't fly, and then that's it. So it's really important not to try and force water down the front of the beak, because you can actually get it down the nostrils, and that is really bad. Getting water into the lungs, it can cause infection. So it's just a case of dabbing water on the side of the beak. There, it swallowed. Yes. So have you realised what this is now? This Swift is found grounded, and that's not good news, because Swifts can't take off from the ground. There we go, you're drinking. Yes, don't know whether you can see that little swallow there. So Swifts can't take off from the ground, so once they leave the nest, they'll never come back until they're adults, and they'll never sort of like land again unless they land in the nest once they come back. And that's the first time they'll land after leaving the nest. So they're on the wing, they do everything in the wing, they eat in the wing, they sleep in the wing, they mate in the wing. So it's really important that you don't damage those flight feathers and that you get them back into the air. It's had a little drink. I'm going to pop it somewhere quiet now, and then hopefully in a little while, once it's had a bit of a rest and it's quiet, because I want to get it in the wing as soon as possible, if possible, I'm going to put it in my hand flat and let it fly off. Now, there'll be a lot of books out there, and maybe even some stuff online that will tell you to throw them up into the air with a strong underarm throw. Please don't do that. It's really important that you don't do that, because that can actually damage the Swift in Swift flight feathers, and that's it. It's gone. It will have to, even if it's alive, it will have to be put to sleep. So please don't do that. Should say, if you find a grounded Swift, especially a juvenile, it needs to be taken in by a specialist. So you can look after it yourself just for a short period of time until someone can come and get it. Best way to get it taken into care, the proper care, is contact on Facebook, Swift and Swallow SOS. I can't remember the rest of the title of the group, but that's it. If you search for that, you'll find them, and they're excellent for linking you up to someone. It might not be the carer that comes and gets it. It might be one of their volunteers who travel move Swifts around the country, but definitely get in touch with them if you want the best survival. A juvenile especially needs a lot of care, and it's very specialist. I wouldn't trust anyone with a Swift unless they knew exactly what they were doing. Okay, so hopefully if you find one though, the best thing to do is to try just to get it in the air first of all, and you put it in the hand, face into the wind, and just go like that, and hopefully it'll fly off. And I'm really hoping you're going to see that later in this video. I've got the Swift here, and I'm hoping it's flapping a bit, so I'm hoping it's ready to go. No, it's not. Let's see if it'll go this time. It's just going down onto the ground. Unfortunately, it's not flying, so I'm going to have to keep it in care for a wee while. But I want to get it in the air as soon as possible. I've popped the Swift in this little makeshift nest here, just so that it's not damaging its feathers, and going to give it a feed, because it could have been lying on the ground for a while, so it just might be weak. So I'm going to give it a feed. So I'm going to look out some wax worms for it. So I've got this Swift in the kitchen and look in. And to feed them, this is where it becomes really specialist. The swifts only eat when they're on the wing. So when they're in captivity, you've got to get food down them somehow, and you've got to open up the beak and then get a wax worm down it. They are, yes. So you've just sort of got to keep doing that. It's not easy, and really, you could do it with 3 hands. God, God, yes. I'm calling her she, but may well be a he. But hopefully, after a couple of meals and some more water, and to get her rehydrated, or him rehydrated, be off. The swift I have in care also came with a really interesting visitor. It's this lousefly. Now, this species of lousefly will be specifically associated with swifts. I found them on house martins, swallows, sparrowhawks, and I think another songbird. I can't remember whether it was a thrush or a blackbird. But louseflies, there's lots of different species, but they're all usually associated with single bird species. However, they will go on humans and can give a nasty bite. There it is there, and that's my finger next to it to give you an idea of size. So fairly substantial, and also a very strange looking beast, isn't it? So this one's been in the fridge, so I can actually take a video of it, otherwise it would be scooting about all over the place very fast. But I'm going to pop that on top of it, just so that it doesn't warm up and scoot off. The swifts had a couple of feeds now, and also not just some water, I gave it some electrolyte solution, and hopefully that has helped, and she's ready to go now. Let's go and see. Let's see if she's ready to go this time. Oh no! She's pooing okay though. She just gone. Just picked her up and walked back, and she just flown off right over there. Yes, excellent, brilliant. So she's on her way. I'm not even sure whether you have got that in camera, but that's it. She's away. She's been in care 5 hours, just over 5 hours. So really good news. With swifts, I really want to get them back in the air as soon as possible. There's a swift flying over there, so I'm not sure whether that's her. So yes, I'm really pleased. Yeah, but if you ever catch swift, again, I'll reiterate, please, you know, don't try and force anything down the beak. Don't put water straight down. Just dab a little there. Dehydration is a killer. But if you're going to try and release, flat hand into the wind and just let it get the air underneath, and it'll fly off itself. Don't throw up in the air, and you're not going to be able to do it. Look after it quickly, and you need a carer. Check out Swallow and Swift SOS on Facebook, and they'll put you in touch with someone that will be able to help out. So, yes, I'm really pleased.